Welcome back, everyone, to my Let's Play of Royal Stone. Last episode, King Martalia, fell in battle. But before he died, he told Eva about his crown being the key to the Royal Stone that's held in Martalia. So Eva got the first of the Royal Stones, and the king tasked her to go to Soar, which is another kingdom that is allied to Martalia, and to head there and get their Royal Stone to guard it from the Empire. So on her way there, she's going to run into some stragglers from the Empire. We're going to try to, of course, delay her. We are quite outnumbered here, but like I said, we're limiting our group just so we can get more experience on these characters. In addition to the 9 characters that they have, there's also 2 monsters. If you want to recruit a monster, it's the fire monster, the Satyr monster. You'd want to recruit the one on the left. It's level 6. The one on the right is level 1. But we don't have to worry about recruiting monsters. We're going to recruit them at an inn later on. So as long as you don't defeat the monsters with Eva, they won't be recruited into our party. We're going to put our water character there at that road there, because that'll draw out the level 6 Satyr to him. You take about 2 rounds of combat to finish him, but he manages to get a critical hit. So I'm gonna change things up a little bit. So normally I'd have the water guy move forward to about where Eva is now currently, and then finish off the Satyr, but I'm going to have my fire character finish the monster off. I want to get my water character over to the center here as quick as possible, because the enemy's going to split their forces into 2. The center is going to be 2 fire characters, a mage, and then a wind character. The one going on the left path there, it'll be 2 water characters, a wind character, and backed up by a mage. Now, normally the mage is going to split off, and he's going to come down and back up this mage, who's coming down with this group. But unfortunately, what also ends up happening is one of the water characters ends up breaking off as well. Normally we were able to send our wind character straight up the middle, and they have the advantage over the 2 water characters and a neutral against the other wind. So the wind character by themselves can take out the center. But unfortunately, what ends up happening, like I said, the one water sneaks away. So it makes this battle go a little bit longer than it should. But it's not a difficult battle. Scan our characters here. I say just knowing where the enemies are and what they're doing, how they behave, basically sets you up for success. The boss is a healer, and they'll be able to basically just stay back, heal characters, or if you don't defeat a character in time, they'll walk backwards in range of where the healer can heal them. Here's our first mage. That mage has Spark, which is good against water, and Cold, which is good against fire. So if you have a fighter go up against them, you want them to be a wind fighter. The one in the back has Fire against wind characters, Spark against water characters. So you want to send the fire character after it. But we're going to take out the mages by we're just using Eva and her boost spell. With the boost spell, Eva can take the mage out in 1 hit, so she'll only have to take 1 spell. Yeah, so unfortunately right there, the water character broke off. So it'll add a little bit to our time. But the wind guy can hold off the other characters on his own. And we're basically going to try to tag team the fighters, their fighters, and finish them off 1 around. And we can usually do that with our 2 fighters. So we're going to weaken this firefighter with the water character, and then our fire character will come in, step in, finish it off. And then for the wind character, we can have the fire character weaken it off, And then even though water has a disadvantage against wind, it'll be weak enough that the water can finish it off. So, like I said, 2-on-1, finish him off. And then Eva will finish off the mage. Like I said, then normally we'd have to just worry about one mage and then 2 more fighters. But we have 3 fighters now because the water guy snuck away. Always use boost. That'll take out the mage in 1 hit. So Eva will only have to suffer damage from 1 element. And being Earth, she is neutral to all elements, so she's not weak against any. Yeah, we take out the mage. And then we can just move our healer around to heal whoever needs healing and to try to prevent any elemental weaknesses from being exploited. So for instance, I pugged Pauline where she's at because now she's blocking Vassler, our water pirate, from the wind character. The wind character is the one on to the right there. So now the wind can either go over Eva with no elemental advantage or go after the fire where it has a disadvantage. And of course it'll choose Eva because the priority will go after Eva, then Squishy, then elemental advantage, then elemental weakness if it can't attack anybody else. Eva don't need to stay and fight. We don't need her to weaken out any of these characters because, like I said, we'll just gang up on them with our other cat fighters. So yeah, this water guy, unfortunately, is able to attack here. But this is where the fighters come in handy because they have the guard, so even though we have that elemental weakness, we can still prevent a lot of damage by using the block command. Like I said, it would have been so much nicer if that water one stayed where he was supposed to go, but he didn't. The best laid plans. So it doesn't matter which one of these characters we attack. Like I said, the wind is a few levels lower than, so we'll be able to take him out. And the water is, of course, at a disadvantage. So, for my wind thief won't even need any support. Move our fire character up here to hit this wind guy. Weaken him up. He's actually going to be strong enough to finish him off in 1 hit. So, yo, nice. And he gained another level. I would have liked to get all my fighters to gain a level up to level 10, but because the way things worked out, I wasn't able to. But we still got some good levels. Eva, I think, gets 2. Weaken up this fire character. Like I say, we want to always try to finish a character off, because we have the boss who's a healer, and if we don't finish the character off, then that fire character will sneak back, and the healer will just heal her up. Speaking of healing, we will heal Eva, because she'll draw aggro from the mage. Just heal her up real quick here, and then we'll finish off the fire character. Like I said, next round we'll finish off the other folks. The monsters will not move at all. They're not aggressive unless you get into attack range. So you can pretty much just ignore them. Now, of course, you want to defeat them before you finish the battle, because you don't want to lose that experience. So, let's just end our turn here. See that guy, he's retreating to get healed. So this wind guy ends up being the biggest pain in the butt in this episode, because he keeps retreating and getting healed. Mage coming after Eva as expected. The fire guy should also go after Eva. That's all our healers here to heal up. Like I said, we'll be getting a second healer in the next town. And we'll be also reclassing both of our healers to a new vocation. Walk it off here. Take no damage. Weaken the water a little bit. There we go. We're going to get an item in the next shop that we buy, and it's the Bible. And giving that to a healer transforms the healer into a bishop. Bishops can use all the magic that a healer can use, but they can also use a few more magic spells that aren't available to healers. So you want to turn all your healers into bishops. They should become more versatile that way. Mages also, we haven't got a mage. We'll be getting a mage shortly, in about 2 episodes. Mages can also class change. You can make them an evoker, which they summon monsters. Any monsters that you've befriended, you can attach them to the evoker, and then they become basically like the fighter from Crystal Warriors. And or you can have them become a stronger magician and use the higher level elemental spells. We got keeping the healing here. Our character's up. Eva's kind of low. Although I think she's kind of safe. I don't think the water guy could reach her from where he's at, or where she's at. And then we just pass the turn. The water guy may retreat. And let's see who's... he decided to heal this water person. I don't know how they choose priority, because there's, 3 viable targets. Here we got the wind. Yeah, we're going to see this battle quite a bit. So, he thinks that they're a fighter, so we could attack them next turn, but then that would take them below their 1/4 hit points, and then they would block. So we don't need our water guy anymore. He can sneak down there and attempt to take out that monster. We don't want to give up that experience. And everybody else is going to just move forward and try to lure out the healer. Try to get this water character out of the way, and Pauline and Evil should be able to finish this one off. And like I said, the healer, even if the healer does attack, the healer will only be able to attack once, even though it has 2 turns, because the healer's first move will always be to cast the peace spell. To prevent Eva from using boost, or to prevent the healer from using any of her spells. So you only ever have to worry about 1 attack. So it doesn't matter that all these characters here on this side, Eva, Pauline, and Taurus, are all kind of weak. Because they'll only be able to take, they'll only face 1 attack. So close to aggroing that guy, but moving around in the forest. There we go. And like I said, that monster will just finish itself off on our water character. Dunk. And we'll just march forward toward the healer, in the hopes that we can coax the healer into maybe attacking one of our characters. But I think she prioritizes healing over attacking, despite having 2 juicy targets in our weakened healer and Eva, our leader. Marlene. And like I said, unfortunately, we aren't able to draw the healer down. And then, of course, it will extend the battle because this wind guy's getting healed up. And of course, we want to defeat the wind character before we the healer because we don't want to lose that wind character's experience that we get from defeating him. So, yeah, experience is tight, especially if you're using all your characters. Won't be able to probably level them all up. And the healer, I've never seen the healer go and heal the monster. So we don't really have to worry about how long it takes Vassler here to finish off this monster. It only takes in one more turn. Alrighty. My fire over here just to help out a little bit. But it's not really going to help. He's going to block because he's below his... the threshold is 25%. And even with a critical hit, because we're neutral on each other, got no damage. And we could theoretically take out the healer here now, if we used our boost. But, like I said, we don't want to finish the healer off. As you see, the healer will always use their first turn to cast the peace spell to silence your character, and then hit. Healer up here, do some healing. Didn't really need to heal Vassler here, but Horai. Vassler's our water guy. Keep getting them confused. They have weird names. And finish off the monster. As you can see, the battle not hard. It's just unfortunately with the healer can be extended a little bit. But overall, not too difficult of a battle. We wanted him to heal or attack first, but healer goes first. But we will be, should be able to finish him off. So luckily he's not under 25% health. And he only gets to block on his second turn. So Horai can finish him off on the next attack. Ooh, I selected the wrong one. There we go. Select, finish him off. And now all we have to do is, like I said, finish off the healer. And then we'll be good to go. And we're going to go into a town where a lot of good items are for sale, and we won't be able to buy them all. If you wanted to basically buy all the items, you'd almost have to unequip characters you're not using, sell their gear, and also sell gear from your your fighters who you ain't using, like your knight, your ranger. But there's going to be a unique shop here where you can get some items. Who are you guys? We're back in town. So everybody's here is panicking because the Empire's been hunting for slaves. I don't want to get caught. We're going to find out that they did catch 2 slaves. You're going to Soar, that's quite a hike. One of them is somebody we know, and their father is then going to be forced to fight us. So we have the regular weapon and armor shop here. We're going to come in here, we're going to buy a few things. We're going to buy 2 rods, because we're getting 1 rod for our second healer coming up, and then 1 rod for our wizard that we're going to get after this next battle. And then we're going to buy 3 robes. 1 for each of our healers, and then 1 for the wizard that we're going to end up getting. The other equipment, we're not going to worry about. We are going to get upgrades, though, for our fighters, and our knights and Eva. from that shop with the question mark on it. I saw an old man and a girl get dragged away by Imperials. And the old man is the father. We're going to unfortunately have to fight him. First, we're going to head down here, and there's Eva. She's studying the royal stones. And in the back there, we have Perlis. He's going to be our second healer. And we just try to talk with him, and he just keeps moving away from us. But he gets some dialogue. Basically, he's here studying the stones. Thought they were just legends, but now we realize they're not, because he saw our royal stone. Oh, I'm sorry, you with Eva? Actually, I asked her to show me that gem. It's most definitely a royal stone. My research indicates it's probably the ingress of ripening, and it's very, very old. I've been looking into the Battle of Felty. That was about 1,100 years ago. It would seem that the gods themselves fought at Felty, but there are so few records that there's nothing concrete. Please, let me come along. I must know more about Felty. And Perlis joins us. He is our second healer, and he'll be class changing, like I said, into a bishop. And we buy that item from the question mark store. But we'll do that in our next episode because it's getting kind of long here. We'll, though, equip some of that new equipment we got. We'll give the rod to Perlis, and then we'll also give the robe to Perlis and Pauline. And they have the other robe and the other rod. They will go to our wizard when they join us in 2 battles. And then our next battle, we are going to, next episode, we're going to head to that question mark shop. I'll explain the question mark shop and get a bunch of gear and items for other characters. So take care. Thanks for following along. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good day. Bye.